so it's all well and good to have the speakers of the House behind you and bring it together. They said, what? You're thinking of not coming back? Oh, that's not going to happen. The person who had the final say was my wife, right?
Yeah.
Because she missed me. She sees how people rake you over the coals. Well, you probably know more than anybody, Wes. I've seen all kind of lies spread about you. I had someone leave a voicemail on my phone saying that you're not military. so you know what it's like to have your name dragged through. Dragged through the dirt. You know what it's like for people to just outright just slander you. Sometimes through publications and through social media posts. So my wife had enough of it, and my wife was like, yeah, I really miss you. You really need to come home. And then there's this one loudmouth that's out in the community.
Sure.
I think you know who I'm talking about.
I just want to tell you, she tried to go after my wife one time, and I think she met her match there. Because it's like, you can trash Wes all day long. We kind of like him at the church and stuff, but if you go after Catherine, like, God help her, right? She's a minister.
so there's this trashy, just horrible, just nasty person out there with a trash tabloid that ran an article. No sooner was I back in my district with all these victories we talked about. Come back, and there's an article running saying, we hope he's not coming back, and don't let the doorknob hit you on the way out. You did a terrible job. We think you're this, we think you're that. You're horrible. Don't come back. We were literally all set. Again, like I said, the decision was going to be my wife's decision. She was told me for the last 60 days, I need you home. I need you home. So I literally had all but one foot out the door until this loudmouth started spouting off.
Yeah.
So I had all these constituents right here. Meet me when I can. Oh, you're my hero. Let me give you this to do.
Sure.
All right. So I was already feeling sad. I was like, I really need to come back, but I've got to run it by Sophie.
Yeah.
And I knew Sophie was going to say, you're not going back.
Yeah.
I go tell Sophie. I said, Sophie, I've got all these new causes to fight for. Before the words come out of my mouth, Sophie's like, you're running. Forget everything I said. You're running. That loudmouth, that nasty, vile person. We're not going to let those people ruin the state of Florida. We're not going to let those people ruin the great community of Navarre. So thank you very much. If not for your help, she probably would have let me sit at home. So thank you very much.
I don't understand why people pay her credence, let alone money, when it's so obvious, because it's like her criteria for whom she supports and is against has nothing to do with the principles that you've talked about, right? Like these deep, affiliations based upon constitutional. It's if she can control you, then you're good. Well, then you're a true conservative, and if she can't control you, then you're a rhino. It's like
it all has to do with control.
That's all it is.
You have someone who accuses me of being a rhino, but yet in her articles she attacked my Second Amendment bill. I'm the only Republican with the cojones to run that bill. Right, I'm more Republican than 80 of the members. Anthony Sabatini says I'm one of the top 2 conservative voices in the Florida legislature, and that comes from Anthony Sabatini.
Right.
And this woman, had the gall to attack my Second Amendment. So why didn't he bring more money home? What's he doing out there fighting for the Second Amendment? That's crazy. So
it's not
nuts.
news, right? It's paid. Nuts. It's paid news, which is fake news.
Well, and I hate to tell you this. I hope you've got the personality that can withstand this. I think because I'm sitting here next to you.
Yeah.
I think that's where a lot of the hatred comes from. I really. No, I mean, I hope you can handle that.
I can handle it.
But I think that's the truth.
Sorry about that.
I think if I were sitting with anybody else, I think about 50% of that hatred would go away. I really do.
Because I'm not controlled by her, right? Like,
and you can't control me. I mean, ask the members of the Florida legislature. But they love it. They need somebody like me there to keep them honest. You guys sent me there not to sell out, not to give in to the highest bidder. You guys sent me there to expose what's going on. If you ever go to any Republican rec meetings, which I think you went to one of them, man, I tell it like it is. If you want to know the players, I'll tell you the players.
Yeah, my interaction was we were starting the feasibility study process and everything else for a group, and then she was dictating exactly how it was going to go. You're going to do this, and you're going to put that in there. I'm like, the people are going to make that call, right? Well, and that's where the lack of control turned into anger and everything else.
Well, so on that topic, while we're talking about tabloid journalism or journalism, the latest assault, right? So get this. So we're talking about a woman who, when I was a private citizen running for office, my wife made a political donation to the now sitting incumbent county commissioner, Carrie Smith. and it wasn't even a big donation. I think it's like $250.
Yeah.
She attacks my wife in print, saying, "Well, I think Carrie Smith's I'm not going to say what she accused Carrie Smith of, but so Sophie must condone that. Yeah. She must condone that."
Yeah.
And so how despicable is that
Yeah.
for a quote unquote tabloid rag journalist to attack my wife when I'm a private, when she has nothing to do with the political arena?
Yeah.
Right? To attack someone for who they support, for someone they give money to. Can you believe that?
Right.
It's disgusting. And you're talking about the same person who just earlier this week. So get this. In the latest attack, right? She knew I was coming on your show.
Okay.
So maybe that's coincidence, or you think that's why the attacks got ramped up this week?
I don't know, because we have people on this show every Thursday. We've had business owners, we've had leaders, we've had candidates. It's like I said, every Thursday we're celebrating somebody.
So she sends a prominent businessman. Y'all can probably figure out who it is. Sends a prominent businessman to talk to me in my office with the message that this woman would like a truce. And look, I give people 18 chances. I mean, I don't harbor any grudges against anybody. So even after all the stuff that all the nasty, going after my wife and everything, I still said, well, yeah, if they want to meet, I'll meet with anybody. If you're a constituent, I'll meet with you. So 48 hours later, you see this attack piece today. Wow. After someone wanted a truce with me.
Right.
How despicable is that?
Right.
And one thing that I want everybody to know, while we were getting all teary-eyed and everything, you mentioned one of the bills that got me all emotional. When I was a candidate, when I was running for office, it was the anniversary of Cassie's birthday.
Yeah.
I held a meeting. I held a press conference at St. Sylvester's Church. It was called "Save a Floridian Every Day." We coupled what would become the Cassie Carly law with actually another bill that became law with Representative Salzman. It was to help the autistic community, the special needs community.
I remember this.
Yeah, it was basically an expansion of the SAFE program that we have here in San Jose. So as a candidate, I held a press conference and we called it SAFE, Save a Floridian Every Day. This person claims to be a journalist. I invited him to the press conference, and she responded on Cassie Carly's birthday, "You must not understand how this process works. You pay me, and I'll come to your birthday celebration for Cassie."
Yeah.
So but
the principle.
But anyway, the reason I bring this up, folks, is because I was ruthlessly attacked today. So again, I'm your state representative. Look, I'm looking out for you. I don't need this job. Like I said, I've got a burgeoning medical practice. I'm in it to speak for you. I'm your voice. We the people. That's what we still believe in.